Hey, it's Mike from the Life in Attleboro podcast. I want to tell you about a special offer from our sponsor, Confidence Fitness, that just got even better. Their Black Friday deal is underway right now, and it lasts until December 31st, only for Life in Attleboro members. I've recently told you about their 2-week Jumpstart program for $99. Well, now it's only $59. Here's what you get. 6 small group personal training sessions so you can start building strength and muscle. You'll get their food and mood journal to get you thinking about what foods to eat and how they impact your body and mind. And you'll get an in-body scan to measure your current body composition. If you've been thinking about getting in better shape physically and mentally, now is the time to take action. This $59 investment can be a game changer for you. All you have to do is go to lifeinattleboro.com and you'll see the link right there on the homepage. I'll also include the link in the show notes of this episode. Confidence Fitness is located at 453 South Main Street. Confidence Fitness. Strength for life, strength for sports. And now, on to the show. You are listening to the Life in Attleboro podcast, where we interview the city's most interesting people who are making a positive difference in our community. Hey everyone, I'm the host of the Life in Attleboro podcast, Mike Sullivan. Today's guest is Nichole Hoban. She's the founder and CEO of Hoban Accounting Services, based right here in Attleboro. She's also a proud sponsor of the Life in Attleboro podcast. Nichole is a hardworking mother of twin girls. She also explained how getting laid off from her corporate gig was a blessing in disguise. I'm honored Nichole is a sponsor because she cares so deeply about our community. And you're about to find out why on episode 29 of the Life in Attleboro podcast. So I want to start with a little bit about you as a person rather than the business. So how long have you lived in Attleboro?
Consecutively, I am approaching 8 years here. Prior to that, I lived here for probably another 8 to 10 years. I bounced around for a while.
Excellent. And I understand you have twin daughters, is that right?
Yes.
Excellent. And how old are they now?
They are 17, juniors at the high school.
All right, very good. So Nichole, I am proud that you sponsor Life in Attleboro. So a quick story for our listeners. As soon as I announced my first sponsor, which is Confidence Fitness, an awesome husband and wife team, Sean and Nora Cryan, Nichole actually sent me a message and said that she had to be a sponsor. So Nichole, why did you want to become a sponsor of Life in Attleboro?
So Sean and Nora are awesome, and I love what they do with their marketing ideas and stuff like that. And I didn't know that you were looking for sponsors, and I was already following your podcast because it was a spark of positivity that I think we desperately needed. So when I saw that they were sponsoring you, I was like, oh, I didn't realize he needed sponsors. Let me get on that. And that's when I shot off the message to you.
Well, I appreciate it very much. It certainly helps cover the monthly expenses, but more importantly, I am more excited the fact that you were just listening because you said it provided a spark of positivity. Thank you. That means more than anything. Obviously, you are very community driven and you care deeply about the people and places that make it special. You are certainly one of them. I understand you are also advocating for the revival of the Union Theater here in town. Can you tell us how that effort started, where it's at now, and what it'll take to bring the historic theater back to life?
So the Union Theater was originally built back in the 1920s. It was a warehouse for jewelry manufacturing, but they didn't need it anymore for jewelry, so they converted it to a theater. It was a vaudeville theater for a while for silent movies when they first came out. And it was a movie theater up until the early 2000s. Then the Friedmans bought it. They tried to run it as a theater, but they were also managing several other businesses at the time, so they closed it. Gotcha. And they've been taking care of it ever since. Started working with Mass Development to get some grants in the city to help build the businesses up downtown. And Mass Development introduced the owners, the Friedmans, to Jennifer Keating, who is the director of Illuminate. It's a children's theater that started basically for homeschooled children, but expanded into so much more than that. Jennifer Keating's got like Broadway experience. When she was talking about the theater, and just there was just so much passion and fire in her that I knew that it would succeed. And it's just such a cool historical place that we need it back. We need more stuff downtown and more places to go and things to do. And her passion for it was pretty much just what drove me. I was like, I need to be a part of this because this is going to be huge.
Yeah,
This girl's going to take this thing places. And
she is, it sounds like.
yeah,
So Jennifer actually shot me an email, and we're going to be having her on as a guest in a future podcast episode. So we will dive much more deeper into the history and that effort to bring it back. And Nichole, I'm so happy that you were inspired by her to hop on board and help get the train rolling back in the right direction. Yeah, I hope it does come back to life. And so if it came back to life, it would be more of a stage type theater rather than a movie theater. Is that right? Like live performances?
No, I believe that they want to do both. They want to be able
Oh,
to,
okay.
have theater, have stage, have movies, have,
Oh, cool.
comedy shows, whatever, like people that just want to rent the space out. And
let's do it.
yes,
Let's bring this back. All right, cool. That's awesome. So Nichole, are there any other ways that you are involved in the community or your business, Hoban Accounting Services?
I'm sponsoring you, and I sponsored the White Hawks chair that just won down in Florida.
Yes, that was big.
Yep, that was huge for them. Just trying to help out all the local community people that need it. And
you are certainly doing your part, Nichole. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to talk about your business now. Thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself. I am absolutely horrible with numbers, but you are very good with them. So as a professional accountant and bookkeeper, tell me, how did Hoban Accounting Services come to life?
I was working full time. I was a CFO, and I was planning on being with this company forever, retiring there. And they sold to a nationwide company. And as when you sell, first thing that they do is they come in, they dismantle the accounting team and lay everybody off because they have their own accountants and they want to come in and do their own numbers to make sure everything's on the up and up. This also happened to be the period of time that I was in the process of buying my house here in Attleboro. So I really didn't want to be losing my job.
Sure.
So I just threw it out there on Facebook that what if I was to start my own accounting business, who would be interested? And 4 people immediately reached out to me from all different areas of life and were like, I would do it, sign me up. So that was pretty much my first 4 clients, and I've been rocking since then.
Good for you. So would you call that kind of twist of fate almost like a blessing?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you, so you were in the was it a corporate, you said a corporate thing? You were in the corporate world technically?
Yeah.
So are you finding yourself now with more flexibility, more time with the people you love and everything like that? I know it's a lot of work, obviously.
Yes, time was starting to get stretched thin, so I actually just hired an assistant this fall. I have my first employee that does not have the last name Hoban.
Nice. And Nichole, you've actually gotten very good at this over the years. What kind of awards have you won?
So I've gotten some awards for QuickBooks. I have my Pro Advisor Advanced Certification, which is the highest level of QuickBooks certification ever. Back when I was in the corporate world, I was recognized for being Controller of the Year.
Wow.
Which for CCN, which is the Certified Contractors Network. It was a new award that they had just come out with, and I was the first person to receive it, so that was pretty cool. That's
great. So I want to talk about your clients now. So a lot of your clients are local small businesses, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so keeping track of expenses and revenue, obviously for them can get tricky, quite frankly, a little messy, perhaps stressful. So when is it time for a local business to turn this tedious task over to you?
Basically, my thoughts on it are right from the start. If you're planning on starting a business, you want to get going on the right path right from the beginning. I can suggest things that you may not have thought of, point you in the right direction, do some consulting work as well. But basically, make sure that you're getting all of your taxable deductions included in your tax return so that you're not stuck paying more.
And besides helping small businesses, can anyone seek your help when it comes to balancing finances? Is there an opportunity to help people in Attleboro who don't own a small business, or is it specifically for small business owners?
So I actually don't do taxes. I just do bookkeeping. So for the most part, it is small businesses. I partner with some great CPAs that I always refer out to people for tax help, but I want no part of taxes.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Tricky. Just in case any small businesses out there are listening, Nichole has a special offer for you as being part of the Life in Attleboro podcast's community. You will be getting 10% off for your first 6 months of services from Nichole and Hoban Accounting Services. If you are interested in that, you can find the link in the show notes of this episode. It's also in every single email that we send each Friday. Make sure to check that out, and Nichole will certainly take care of you. Nichole, what else should everyone know about Hoban Accounting Services? Anything I haven't asked you about that you'd like people to know?
Just if you need a bookkeeper, I just want to be the first person you think of.
Easy enough. Nichole Hoban of Hoban Accounting Services, thank you so much for being a sponsor of the Life in Attleboro podcast. Thank you for everything that you are doing for our great community, and thank you for allowing our listeners the chance to get to know you a little bit better personally. I will see you around Attleboro. Thank you, thank you.
Hey, thank you very much for having me. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Right back at you. Take care.
Thank you.
If you know of any small business owners who could use Nichole's expertise, let them know they'll get 10% off for their first 6 months if they mention the Life in Attleboro podcast. You can find Nichole's contact information in the show notes of this episode. Have you signed up for the Life in Attleboro email list? If not, you're missing out on exclusive benefits, including early access to every new podcast episode, special savings at Attleboro restaurants and businesses, behind-the-scenes videos and insight, and you'll stay in the know about cool events in our great city. Just go to lifeinattleboro.com and you'll see the sign-up display right there on the homepage. You can also find the sign-up button at the top of our Life in Attleboro Facebook page. And if you know someone who would make a great guest on our podcast, please shoot us an email at lifeinattleboro@gmail.com. Life in Attleboro is a great thing. Support our community, promote positivity, and make a stranger smile. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Life in Attleboro podcast.